Hey, apparently I'm alive. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Crawford. I'm obviously having a really fun makeup thing happening here. And today I want to talk to you about this machine over here. This is the Source Turbo by ExtractCraft. But before I get into that, let me just say happy Friday, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're having a really great day. I am really excited because today is huge for me in Canna Curious Coaching. Huge. Today is the first day of my new 10-week homemade health masterclass, where you will learn how to make your own canna kit of tinctures to support you day and night with multi-cannabinoid formulations, where you will learn to make your own topicals, including vaginal suppositories, lotion bars, and my Max Healing Salve, which combines a lot of base ingredients, essential oils, and cannabinoids, and where you will learn, finally, to use this machine, the Source Turbo by ExtractCraft. This machine is the only machine that I know of that is capable of doing ethanol recovery extraction of any botanical of your choice at home safely and easily. I have made I think over a dozen, both professional as well as personal videos on YouTube for the ExtractCraft company as a consultant and spokesperson, and for my courses on how to use this machine, because this allows you to make this. These are syringes full of concentrated oils. This one has CBDA. This one has THC, for example. Look at all those, by the way. I grow my own THC flowers and extract them myself and make these syringes. If you want to learn how to do that, you're watching the right lady. That's all I got to say. What's this one? CBGA. CBGA, CBDA, THC were the jars I could get my hands on because I haven't unpacked from my San Diego photo shoot yet. But, oh my gosh. So the Source Turbo by ExtractCraft. This is something that I'm so proud to be part of. I'm so proud to be part of spreading the word about this company and this machine and its big brother or sister. You could call it the Eto Pro, also by ExtractCraft, because I'm a spokesperson for them and they hired me to be a marketing consultant as well as do some video work for them. I have both machines and all the accessories, so let's go over it. What are these machines? These are ethanol recovery extraction machines that are for home use. They are so common in labs and extraction companies for cannabis and any botanical you can think of. Lavender, mushrooms, culinary and medicinal, ashwagandha, you name it. That's just something that somebody asked me about this morning. And yeah, people use these machines to make their own extracts of vanilla, of salicylic acid, white birch bark, that kind of thing. Everything. They cost, this one costs $5.99. This one's going up in price by $200 pretty soon, but right now it's like $2,000. And you do need several things to make it work. Let's go over the Source Turbo and its parts. So this is the Source Turbo, and what's exciting about it, I don't know if I've mentioned this explicitly, but as a ethanol recovery extraction machine, what it does is it reduces your extract in this crucible from, about this much. There's a fill line. This is always hard. There's a fill line about right there, the crucible, and it holds about 10 ounces or I forgot what it is in milliliters, but about 10 ounces, 300 milliliters, that's what it is. And when you put it in here, the machine heats it up very gently from this heating post right here. And the alcohol evaporates out of the crucible, leaving behind your botanical extract. It hits this lid. There's an ice tray that you put on top of the lid to keep it cool. And then it recondenses and the alcohol falls into this collection globe here. So at the end of your run, you take off the lid, you take out the crucible, you take your alcohol that you've recollected and pour it into a jar, and save it for your next run. This is a huge money saver because all the other ways of making these kinds of extracts at home with ethanol alcohol require you to just evaporate it off, wasting it. This way you get to use it again and again. Industry standards for ethanol recovered from this kind of process, you can use between 20 and 50 times before the ambient air and water will make your alcohol like a little bit too watery to really efficiently strip all the stuff out of your botanicals that you want. Anyway, so let's go over its parts. This is the crucible, super handy. This is what you put your extract in. You fill it all the way up to there, and then it gently heats it at temperatures below 112, around 105. You can monitor with your phone app, or you can just trust the machine. I just trust the machine. And when your concentrate is at the very bottom of this crucible and is about this size, it's about the size of a silver dollar or like a quarter, and it still has a little bit of viscosity when you jiggle your machine a little bit, like a light oil, then you should pull it. And then you'll have something eventually like this. This is a really big run of cannabis extract that I did in the Ito Pro. This is 24 grams that was extracted from about 120 or 30 grams of last year's harvest from my garden. And this is already really dried out. See, there's no liquidity to it anymore. The alcohol is pretty much purged out of this, and I need to store it into syringes now. But making your own cannabis oils is very handy. All right, so you got the lid, which is tilted. People ask all the time, is the lid tilted? Yeah, it's tilted so that the of it and back into the globe a little easier. You've got the globe. You've got the mat, it's silicone, and you've got the base unit itself. The base unit has its own little vacuum port right here, which is handy for vacuum filtration. And this is the heating post. Don't touch it when it's on, it gets hot. The front button right here to use the machine, you do have to set your altitude on it. I have a video about that at ExtractCraft YouTube channel if you want to watch me explain to you how to set it for your altitude. And then you press and hold the button to make it go. You press and hold the button for 4 to make it go in turbo mode. This is the knob for closing and opening the machine. Oops, let's do it a little bit more, beautifully, so that it can set up a vacuum inside of it. It's very common to have a little bit of ethanol alcohol spill out when you're using the machine. I get this question all the time. Oh my God, Michelle, there's alcohol like in this area of my machine after doing my run. And it's just normal because it sets up nicely to have its own vacuum inside, but at the same time, the ability for alcohol to kind of just like gaseously leak around and then like expand later is a lot. So you get alcohol down there. You can like pour it off into a jar. You can wipe it up. It's fine. So that's not a problem. When you buy a Source Turbo, you are buying the ability to, like I said, make your own extract at home, your own cannabis oils, your own other oils. I've made orange oils. I've made extracts of cannabis roots, and I look forward to making more oils. I have some powdered mushrooms that I'm going to extract pretty soon. And so what's after you get your machine, you also need some other things. And let's talk about the other things you need. I think it's not necessary that you could just buy the machine and use coffee filters and things like that for the filtering and straining process. Me personally, I like to go with what they sell on their site for filtering and straining with the vacuum assist. So this is what you need to do the filtering. You need tube. This is the special tube that the ExtractCraft company sells. It has a little tube here at the end that fits on the port. I should take this apart again and stick it over here. The port on the machine is right here. This little end goes on the tiny little vacuum port. When you turn on the machine, the vacuum is always going because it's trying to maintain a seal. Once it has a seal, the fan kicks off a little bit, but when you're doing your filtration, it'll be on the whole time, or close to it. And then you grab this larger part of the tube and stick it on this end of the vacuum flask. Any of you who've done some chemistry in your lives might have done this at school, maybe. I personally had to take chemistry a few times, so yeah, I'm pretty familiar with this stuff. This is called a Buckner filter funnel, I should say. It's made of ceramic, and it has a collar that helps the vacuum seal up when you're using this to vacuum filter assist. You put it in here like so, and then you grab one of these filters. These are like paper filters that ExtractCraft sells. They sell them in both fast flow and slow flow. It's important to filter your washes of your botanicals, especially cannabis and hemp, at least twice. There's the initial like wash where you combine your alcohol with your cannabis and then swirl it around, give it about like 10 minutes in the freezer or so, 5 minutes in the freezer, pour that out into a gross strain, just keeping the botanical in the jar or something like that, or whatever you're using, and then wash your cannabis again with alcohol and maybe keep it a little bit longer in your freezer, 10 minutes, something like that, 15. And then you just placed your order for a bundle. Yes, that is a great deal. You definitely, that new deal with the new bundle is a good one. Thanks for joining, Judy Miller Show. Hi. So you definitely need to filter. After you grossly strain away the 2 washes that you do with your flowers, then you grab, I usually use a fast flow filter first, just little circular filters that you throw into your Buckner, take one out, stick it in there, and then take your alcohol wash, put it in there, turn on the machine, and just suck it down. I'm not going to do it live right now because my class starts at 2. Oh, hi, Whitney. Thanks for joining my class. Woo! Celebration for Whitney. I wish I had some sound effects like Whitney's in the class. I'm so happy. All right. So, I don't have a lot of time to do this right now. Just trying to show people the bundle and what they need. So I think you need this. Then once you filtered it one time with the fast flow filter, I suggest you throw your wash back into the freezer for what's called winterization. If you think about it, this is the point of winterization, just trying to make it really fast and simple for you. Winterization is the process of making your extract wash really cold for the purpose of chunking up any lipids or fats that might be in there so that you can filter them out. If they're liquid at room temperature, you know how fats are always liquid at room temperature, a lot of them are anyway, then it'll not really filter out so easily as if it's a chunky, hard fat from the freezer, right? Right. That's the thing. Don't be put off by big words. But yeah, throw it into the freezer overnight or at least 90 minutes. Filter it again with the slow flow filter. Oh my God, now you've got this like super beautiful clear wash thing that's golden or maybe green, depending on how much chlorophyll's in it. And then you're going to be able to process it in here. So once you process it, like I was saying, you can throw, you put your glow back on, you put your crucible on, and you pour your stuff in there, put the lid on, put an ice tray on. It comes with an ice tray. I keep forgetting where mine is. And I don't know, there's an ice tray. You need it. It's really helpful. It will improve your recollection of alcohol by like a large amount. And then, run your machine. Eventually getting to the point where you can take this out again, pour it onto a mat if that's something you want to do. I have a mat right here. Hold on. Of course, ExtractCraft. This also comes in the bundle, the ExtractCraft mat. And I do believe like the ExtractCraft silicone box and some little silicone cups to keep your extracts in. Super handy. The other way that I like to store my extracts, I think that a lot of people use glass jars. Not a problem. Super handy. More power to you. Hard to measure out though in the end. This is where these guys come in. These lure syringes are super handy for measuring, and these are plastic capped lure syringes that allow you to measure out your cannabis extract in like milliliters and grams, basically. So handy, so handy, so handy. Basically, here in California, this is how they sell FECO, full extract cannabis oil, or RSO, Rick Simpson oil. Same thing, basically the same thing. It's just like cannabis that's been extracted with ethanol, and the ethanol's been evaporated off, and then you've got a nice strong extract. That kind of oil, also called medical cannabis oil here in California, honestly, it's that medicinal. People just call it medical cannabis oil. It's FECO. Then since they sell it in this format here in California, format that I put it in, I just feel the most comfortable using it this way. But I've seen on ExtractCraft.com's Facebook page that a lot of other people use other ways, jars, little cups. Some people are going for that whole shatter effect and using all kinds of post-processing. So in our class, Homemade Health, we are going to concentrate on making medical cannabis oil, FECO, full extract cannabis oil, RSO, Rick Simpson oil, all those names. That's what this is. And when you have this in your ready canna pantry up here, where they need to go, it enables you to make instant tinctures and topicals and edibles and bath products and wellness products and everything in the whole industry, because this is like how everything is made in the industry. So the ExtractCraft machine, the Source Turbo, most people who buy it are trying to make that oil. So that's what I'm teaching in my class. And that's what the lessons are about. But since you have me for 10 weeks, an hour at a time, and you can talk to me about it, I will be able to answer any kind of questions that you have about, using this machine to make FECO. And I can, to a certain extent, talk to you about using the machine to make other things. So for example, I would say quite far away from, oh, look, here's a little ExtractCraft silicone cup. Very handy for holding extracts as well. I would say the 80% of the people who buy a Source Turbo are trying to make FECO for medicinal purposes, or maybe, recreational purposes. And then there's a crossover with these things, trying to make your own concentrated, what are these things called? Cartridges, vape carts. So making your own vape carts at home, because vape carts are just so handy for people. They love to smoke, to vaporize these little pen things. If you're a grower and you're making FECO and you're thinking, well, shoot, I'm so close to making a cartridge. Yeah, that's like the next thing that people want to make is a cartridge. It's a little harder. I have done it, but just like once or twice. This is not my favorite consumption. So it was pretty much just an academic experience for me. I like dryer vaporizing more than this. So, but we can talk about it in class. If you want to join me at Homemade Health, guess what? It's in 45 minutes for the first class. There's still time to join. And as a matter of fact, there'll always be time to join, because I'm going to give this class. But this is the very first one, and it is $777, very low priced for what it is, 10 weeks of learning how to make your own tinctures, topicals, and concentrates with this machine, which is the most money-saving machine on the market. You cannot make these kinds of concentrates with any other machine that I know of that is reliable and that you can order and has all the parts and the support. I've been to their facility in Colorado. I 100% support them. I love their customer service. Dylan and Mariana are always there for you, and so am I. So if you're in my course, I'm looking forward to teaching you how to use this machine and making sure that your pantry is full of extracts that allow you to be that inspired DIYer who can make anything with just a moment's notice. It's so powerful. It's so wonderful. I am so lucky to be able to have this knowledge and be able to pass it on and share it with you guys. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful today that it's Friday. And I'm grateful for you joining me, Whitney, and anyone else who's watching. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to teach people what I know, and that they are accepting me as a teacher, and for my ability to grow a business. I got to speak to a group yesterday that I really care for called Women Empowered Cannabis Advocates Network, which is founded by my friend Kirsty Chadsey, who's also in my class. Yay! And it was such an honor for me, because I mentor at Cannabis Coaching Institute. I teach my class, I run my business, and I really want everybody that I'm touching right now, because everybody's trying so hard to improve their own health, improve the health of others, and just make the world a better place with cannabis and hemp and education. I just want everybody that I know to succeed as much as possible in that. And I was grateful to Kirsty and my friend Alex Mitchell, the Joyful Cannabis Coach, for giving me the opportunity to share what I've learned in business so far with my friends there at WeCan. So one more time, I'm Michelle Crawford. This is my Homemade Health Masterclass series of lives, where I'm trying to tell everybody what I'm teaching you in my new Masterclass course that includes topicals, tinctures, and concentrates, and have you join us so that you can learn how to do this too. All right. It's Friday. Have a great weekend. Signing off, sending you love. Go and do all your miracles. I need to come up with a really good outro, huh? Right, Whitney? Right. Bye, everyone. Love you. See you soon.